A new Star Wars technology. An algae-powered computer runs for a year on light and water. From an article in Freethink.com, by Chris Howe, published May 23, 2022. A small algae-powered computer has now run for more than a year, solely on the energy produced through photosynthesis, demonstrating an alternative way to power some of our billions of internet-connected devices, and with the Internet of Things predicted to include 1 trillion devices by 2035, it can't come a minute sooner. For their study published in the journal Energy and Environmental Science, the team built a container about the size of an AA battery out of aluminium and clear plastic. They then filled it with water and algae, that use photosynthesis to harvest energy from sunlight. This process produces a small electric current from the algae. An electrode in the device uses that current to power a tiny computer processor commonly used in modern-day devices. The device was then left on a windowsill where it has now worked steadily for more than a year. It even ran at night, likely because the algae process some of their food during periods of darkness, according to the researchers, who submitted their study after 6 months of operation. We were impressed by how consistently the system worked over a long period of time. We thought it might stop after a few weeks, but it just kept going, said first author Paolo Bombelli. It could work in applications where a small amount of power might be very useful. Unquote. The energy was used to power an ARM Cortex-M0 Plus processor, a low-powered, highly efficient chip often used in Internet of Things applications. The processor ran constant calculations to simulate a normal workload, and also recorded the power output of the algae battery. Chris Howe explained, quote, "Our photosynthetic device doesn't run down the way a battery does because it's continually using light as the energy source." Unquote. Engineers from the University of Cambridge, in the UK, have run the microprocessor for more than 6 months, using nothing more than the current generated by a common species of cyanobacteria. The method is intended to provide power for vast swarms of electronic devices. Their biophotovoltaic system uses aluminium wool for an anode, primarily because it's relatively easy to recycle, and less of a problem for the environment compared with many other options. It also provided the team with an opportunity to investigate how living systems interact with power-generating aluminium air batteries. The bio part of the cell was a strain of freshwater cyanobacteria called Synechocystis, selected for its ubiquity, and the fact it's been studied so extensively. Synechocystis is a genus of unicellular, freshwater cyanobacteria in the family Merismopediaceae. This alga branches on the evolutionary tree from its ancestral root, Gloeobacter violaceus. This alga is capable of both phototrophic growth, by oxygenic photosynthesis during light periods, and heterotrophic growth, by glycolysis and oxidative phosphorylation, during dark periods. Algae could be the solution that provides a middle ground option, acting as a solar cell and living battery to provide a reliable current without a need for nutrient top-ups. Already being explored as a source of energy for larger operations, algae could provide power for countless tiny devices as well. Now with our modern economy, like cryptocurrencies, which are eating up a large amount of electric power, this is a new way to fight climate change and man's influence on Mother Earth.